Alright, hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. There's been a lot of build videos going around lately, I've seen, and I wanted to put this one out there again myself as a bit of a refresher to one I've had in the past. I've made a couple tweaks here and there, but nothing too overly drastic. But nonetheless, it kind of coincides with a lot that I've seen lately. What's nice about this one is it's a no fuss, no muss. You need the bare minimum, if that even, of all you need is the essences. Anybody can do this build, free to play, easily, and still get these kind of numbers. Granted, they're not as impressive as, you know, the finger bleed build, but it's deemed the finger bleed build aptly by the community for a reason. And that one in particular, if you're curious, just go ahead and do a search on YouTube for Mao, or even I think Misery did like the same build recently too. Didn't have quite the numbers that Mao did, which is pretty significant, drastic change between the two of them, which is kind of funny, honestly, on a side note, because they have very similar resonance. Yeah, if you're curious about it, check it out. I'll just leave it at that. You do the searching if you want on that, but I'll just leave it at that. Anyway. Speaking of resonance, let me break it down. Free to play myself here, completely 100% free to play. Not even getting the empowered battle passes, any of that. I'm at 2088 resonance on this particular build here. Okay. There's my gems. We'll go over that really quick as well. Pain Clasp, Berserker's Eye, Mother's Lament, Seeping Bile, Starfire Shard, Blood-Soaked Jade. As you're saying, like, oh well. Some of these 5 stars you can replace with other damage dealing 1 and 2 star gems. Pretty simple. Don't worry about them. The ones that are kind of non-negotiable though, I would say, is the Blood-Soaked Jade. That's what Telluric Pearls are for. Get it if you don't have one already, and build it up to at least a rank 4, obviously. And the other one, Running Consequence, same deal. I'd say it's one of the best ones in the game. Up there with, you know, the top 3 or whatever you want to call it. Definitely, this is what I use my pearls on that I had saved up for this one. That's why it's only a 2 star. So there's that. And Fervent Fang. Fervent Fang is part of the battle pass. There you go. That's pretty as simplistic as it can get, honestly. You might say, all right, but like I said, you can swap the Starfire, the Seeping Bile. This one I acquired off the market ages ago. You can put in a Viper's Bite. You know, that's the only thing I have that applies dots right now, but, you know, it's not that big a deal. And then the Starfire Shard, put in another damage gem. If anything, I've been wanting to test this out, and I've been wanting to try this, but I haven't transferred the gem power around, and it's kind of a bit more of a pain as a free-to-play to do than you think. But I was thinking Entropic Well as the other 1-star gem that I would possibly replace Berserker's Eye with, even, honestly. But anyway, that's just options, okay? Now let's go to the set pieces. What I used in that particular outing at the beginning of the video is the 2-piece Vithus, 4-piece Grace, and 2-piece Banquet. All right, so there's that for the set pieces. Now let's go into the real nitty-gritty here, just for all transparency. 3% cooldown reduction. That's bare minimum. You don't even need that, honestly. You still have 100% uptime. So this is another example of you don't need to go out of your way. You don't need to go all crazy min-max. I mean, you can if you want. Hey, you do what you want. You do you. Okay, you know? Seriously though, you don't have to go all that crazy. That's why I like this one, because again, no fuss, no muss. Straight up as is, does what it does very well. All right, break down the skills. We got Slow Time, we got Lightning Nova, we got Disintegrate, and we got Ice Armor, along with Electrocute. Now, I did use Magic Missile in the past in this build, and I've switched to Electrocute lately because, well, this is mostly shock-based and lightning-based, so why not change the primary to Electrocute to get an additional benefit of that entire shock process and get the most benefit out of shock. So yeah, what that does with this build here, with the set pieces, with the legendaries, we have slow time, gives you a field that follows you around. Okay, and then you cause shock. And what shock does is increases your lightning damage by, I think, 50%. So that's why, there you go. And as you can see, the bar, I'm trying not to touch the training dummy right now because I don't want to mess with that. All right, and I can cast it again just as quick. 100% uptime, like I said, even with 3% cooldown reduction. All right, so there's that. Now, before we go any further, let me break down why I have beneficial effect duration pieces on. That's the only difference. That's the only thing that you can kind of look out for. Now, since they added the enchant system into the game recently, the best thing they could have done, they added the enchant system to where you can re-roll your magic of affix on a piece of legendary gear. Now, in this case, I haven't re-rolled this. I could try and re-roll beneficial effect duration all the way up to 6% if I so choose. I don't really feel the need because this works out well enough for what it does. So I'm saving my flowing shards and some gold. And I could roll this one too, like I said, to a 6%, but I got 2 pieces at 4.5. And then the only other thing I'm getting beneficial effect duration from is this one is a little off the no fuss, no muss, but I happened to come across these a while back. I have 2 tier runes, and they give beneficial effect duration of 4.5, and I have them on the head and shoulders. So take that for what you will. If you don't have those runes, at the very least, enchant your chest and legs. Probably, at that point, I would say go for the 6%, obviously. Then you should still be good after that. You should still be fine. So, anyway, there's that. That's the only other thing that would be giving anything else that makes the cooldowns and whatever look the way that they do. So that's why I got 100% uptime. There's the Lightning Nova effect with the lightning balls, which does a lot of your damage. There's the Disintegrate, what that looks like, and the armor break, the critical increase, critical hit increase, all that kind of stuff. And that one, you blink and you'll miss it. Again, like I said, oh, and I walked away. And there goes there goes all that. But yeah, here is the Dancing Lightning, the range of this one. Don't blink. There it is. Okay, so it goes all the way out to here. And it will zap, again, as I showed earlier in there. So watch this. How far out can we go again? That's a little too far. That's a little too far. So about there. And you see it happens pretty quickly. And then we'll just turn everything on, and there we go. And occasional attacks here. Because we'll go to the Paragon now and wrap this up. I said go to the Paragon. Thank you, game. We've got Slinger. Anybody can get this once you break into the Paragon levels. It is open up to you very early in the game. There's really no point for PvE builds anyway to use anything other than Slinger. I feel for damage output, Slinger is one of the better trees, especially for Wizard, but a lot of the other classes too that I've tried, I still prefer Slinger anyway. So we've got Careful Aim, we've got Unseen Dynamism, we've got Uncanny, we've got Impulsive, and we've got Gifted. There you go. And the legendary skill is Lightning Rod, for obvious reasons. So, that's it for that. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you like this build, try it out if you can. And if you're not there yet, don't worry. I'm working on some other things I'm going to try to roll out there. I've been wanting to go back and put out... I'm trying to do from beginning game to endgame. Now this is more endgame, obviously, right now, and I kind of wanted to hold off on doing this one, and I was going to put it into that video. I'll make a mention to it and probably do like a little footnote or something and link this video to it when I do the other one. But I'm going to do one that's like beginner friendly builds with, you know, as you're just acquiring these starter essences to each of the following difficulties once you acquire the other ones along the way. So that's the intended goal here, and I'll try to get that out as soon as I can anyway. That one's a little bit more involved, but that's what I want to do, and I will eventually do. Anyway, as always, everybody, stay safe out there in the real world, and far as always, take care of yourselves as best you can, one day at a time. It's all we can do. It's the best we can do, believe me. Been a bit trying here this holiday season, personally, with family matters and what have you, which is why I haven't been on here recently with anything, so forgive me for that. I'm trying to do whatever I can, but a lot of that stuff took precedence over this. So anyway, hopefully you understand. But until next time, take care and see ya.